Please like and subscribe. One of the best presidents of the United States was Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan was the 40th President of the United States. He believed in a government that served the people, not the other way around. He believed in small government and in giving the power back to the people. He believed in the freedom of speech, freedom of religion, and freedom of enterprise, just as Donald Trump does. Donald Trump aligns with our American values more than any other president since Ronald Reagan. Freedom is special and rare, Ronald Reagan would say. Yet many people in this country don't feel that way. Unfortunately, Ronald Reagan ended up with Alzheimer's disease and was diagnosed in 1994. He was courageous enough to make the people aware of his diagnosis and wanted to share something so personal with the people. Even though some claim that he had Alzheimer's disease before he left office, you can see that in his farewell address to the nation on January 11, 1989, he spoke clearly and didn't daze off. He finished complete sentences and kept his wits about him.
And I hope we have once again reminded people that man is not free unless government is limited. There's a clear cause and effect here that is as neat and predictable as a law of physics. As government expands, liberty contracts.
The symptoms that come with having Alzheimer's disease aren't apparent, unlike Joe Biden.
More than half the women in my cabinet, more than half the people in my cabinet, more than half the women in my administration are women. We have 1,000 billionaires in America. You know the average tax rate they pay? 8%. 8%. Making sure that the third world, the Southern Hemisphere had access to change it, had access. It wasn't confrontational at all.
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. We choose truth over facts.
I had a bad night. And the fact of the matter is that, I screwed up. I made a mistake. And, but I learned from my father, when you get knocked down, just get back up. Get back up.
Eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID. Excuse me, with dealing with everything we have to do with. Look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President.
Even with the obvious symptoms being apparent with Joe Biden, he wants to continue to serve and run for re-election. All of his family members, including his wife Jill, his sister Valerie, and son Hunter, are pushing him to continue his term in office and continue to run for re-election. We know why Hunter wants him to keep running, but why is Jill Biden allowing this? We've seen Biden's fumbling for word, falling on stage, not completing sentences for the last 4 years. Finally, the mainstream media is acknowledging there is a problem after the poor performance at the debate, only because the world has seen it. Or is it something more sinister? Personally, I think that the puppet masters, consisting of people like Obama, Hillary, and Pelosi, all wanted Biden as their puppet. They wanted to have the power, and Jill was on board because she wanted the power also. But after a while, the deep state decided they were done with Joe, and that is why they are allowing the mainstream media to switch the narrative now. They are done using him. He is of no use to them any longer. But Jill Biden doesn't want this to be the end of her power. So she isn't bending and isn't following what the newfound narrative, which is to finally replace Biden. Jill's world has to be crashing all around her. Biden's protectors are no longer protecting him because they are done using him. So who are they going to throw in the ring? Probably Gavin Newsom. In case some of you don't realize, Gavin Newsom is Nancy Pelosi's nephew. Things should start to make a little more sense now that you realize that fact. Do I think Gavin Newsom will win? Not unless there is some funny business again. Gavin Newsom can't run a state, let alone a country. The people wanted to impeach him. So do you really think the rest of the country will vote this man in office to be the President of the United States? Whoever they choose to run, there won't be any competition for Donald Trump. It is far too late for that. Tell me what you think. Who do you think will be the replacement for Biden? Please put it in the comment section below. Thank you all for supporting my channel. I want to give a special thanks to our veterans. Until the next one, please like and subscribe.